Hi everyone, just before I start this video, I'm going away for a week on holiday, so there won't be anything, well, for a week, because I haven't got anything recorded or scheduled. So I'm going to be looking at Coinvest. Coinvest is basically a decentralized investment portfolio with social features, surprise, surprise. So you basically, it's just like any other, I guess you could kind of see it as an exchange. You buy, your cryptocurrencies, you invest into them. You have a portfolio. You can set percentages of how much of what currency you want your portfolio to be made up of, and it's all done via smart contracts. So the way it works is when you want to invest into, say, Bitcoin, for example, the platform sends its token coin to the smart contract, in which then Bitcoin is obviously sent back to you. But then if you sell, say example, you want to take some profits, you sell your Bitcoin, you sell them into the token again. You don't sell them into fiat, you sell them into the coin, and then the coin is obviously taken back to your account. One big thing that they want to try and do is so you don't convert your coin into fiat. You keep it as coin, because they want to have a debit account and an actual debit card. I think there was a picture of the debit card, but I don't know where it is. So they want to have it, if I just get my notes up, they want to have it so they want to kind of be on par with Visa. And they have actually, by reading in their white paper, they say they have partnered up with people like some companies as 10x, Token, and Monaco. But I feel like the whole debit card for the cryptocurrencies is going to be quite a stretch. Again, there are already companies out there trying to do it, like 10x and PundiX and all those. I feel like you still do need semi-major adoption to actually be able to go out into any shop, retailer, and use a card with cryptocurrencies. It's going to be quite a while before I think that's a thing. But they do say that you'll be able to use it with any company that online merchant that accepts debit cards. You will be able to pay with Coinvest, their debit card, so you can send it straight from their wallet. I don't know how they're going to do that, but I guess that's quite a big thing. Whether or not, how long that takes, I don't know. But the main reason for that is so obviously the only way you can really take profits from cryptocurrency right now is selling. Say if you had some altcoins, you'd sell it into Bitcoin, then you'd take the Bitcoin to something like Coinbase, and you would sell your Bitcoin for fiat. But the issue with that is what you've got to take it from. You've got to put your exchange, your altcoins onto the exchange. You've got to then sell. They're going to take a fee. Then you've got to take your Bitcoin to Coinbase. They're going to take a fee. Then you sell the Bitcoin to fiat. Then Coinbase is going to take a fee. So you will lose quite a lot in the process. So I think that's why the main reason why Coinvest want to do it like this. One of the biggest things about Coinvest is the team. The team are really, really good, to be fair. So I'll have a quick run through them. Try and keep this video short. So the founder, Damon Nam, he has worked for Microsoft at a variety of positions for over 15 years, 7 years specifically as a program director. Byron Levels is the tech director. He's worked at Microsoft again as a tech account manager for over 8 years. The business development director, Taylor Rikens, has also worked over Microsoft for over 4 years. Ramiro Gallen he's a creative director. He's actually worked for IBM as a lead designer for just under 2 years, and also 343 Industries. They're the company that made Halo 5. For almost 3 years as a UI designer, which is pretty good. Umar Isharad, I didn't really, you can see his little brief overview here, but if you click on his profile, which all of them take you to LinkedIn apart from his and one of the blockchain developers, his takes to Dribble. He's just a UI designer, and I guess you can see some of his previous work here, which is pretty good. The analytics and operations director, Kevin Hyen, he's worked at hotels.com for nearly 3 years as a digital marketer. The operations manager has I don't really want to try and pronounce that, I'm sorry. She's actually worked for Adobe in a variety of positions for over 5 years, which is pretty impressive. The blockchain engineer, apparently he's assisted in developing the ERC-223 protocol. Again, his profile picture will just take you to his GitHub. Not really that familiar with GitHub. I can use it to an extent to check out ICOs, but I wouldn't really be able to tell you how much he's done and what projects. Now, one thing is Robert Foster is actually the main Solidity developer for another project called Minerva, and I actually have it here. I haven't done a full review on it yet. As you can see down here, there he is, Robert Foster. He's a lead Solidity developer, which is a bit strange. I mean, because he's the lead Solidity developer for a whole ICO project on its own. Can't really remember off the top of my head what Minerva is about. But then again, he's also the blockchain engineer for this company. I don't like it when you see, one person working for multiple companies. You feel like one role will be time consuming enough in a company, especially something like Minerva. But I mean, he definitely is working for them, because I guess you could see that as a red flag, the fact that someone else is working on 2 projects. But he definitely is working for them, because if you look at their Twitter profile, you can see the whole Coinvest team here. And there he is. So again, it's a bit strange that you feel like one being the lead Solidity the lead Solidity developer for one ICO would be more than time consuming enough. But that's just something I thought I'd bring up. So the advisors for Coinvest are pretty impressive. Most importantly, Tony Scott, I'd say. He was actually the CIO for Microsoft for 5 years. There was an article that I read about why he left and all that. Then he went on to work for the US government, and I actually did see, I think it was on Coinvest's main profile, that he actually worked for, the Walt Disney Company, but that isn't stated on his LinkedIn profile. But again, that's a pretty impressive role as well on its own. So as you can see here, some quick information regarding the coin itself. You've got the name, the supply is 107 million. Token value is 1,100 per 700 US dollars, so that roughly makes it about 64 cents. The pre-sale cap 3 million, pre-sale bonus 25%, crowd sale caps 30 million. Token sale starts on the March the 9th in 11 days. So if you do want to invest, or again do your own research, but maybe it's worth just signing up to the whitelist, because then you can obviously make a decision after you've done your own research. Now, I was thinking it's not hugely expensive for the token. I'd consider it semi-expensive, about medium, 64 cents token. Now, I was thinking maybe it's worth holding off the ICO to see if it does go down in price, a bit like Blockport and many other ICOs. They shoot up when the token goes on to an exchange, because it gets a lot of FOMO, but then a lot of people obviously start selling. I assume the people in the ICOs just start selling because the price has shot up so much, and then it drops. It shoots down, which Blockport did, and it actually went below ICO price for quite a while. So, but the thing is, Blockport doesn't have any utility. Basing from the roadmap alone, in March is obviously when the token sale is going to be started and finished, but then the public platform beta is actually in March as well. So that kind of leads me to think maybe the price really won't dip that much, definitely not below ICO price, I assume, because the token utility is going to be usable within the same month as the ICO finishes. I mean, it could still dip below, it could shoot up, and then everyone in the ICO just sells and it shoots down because the platform beta could not release until the end of March. But we can't really say for sure. We'll just have to wait and see and just decide whether or not you do want to invest in the ICO. They do have a demo, but I believe you need to be I think you need to be technically minded and actually know a bit of coding to test it, because it is just an address, as you can see here. You can interact with it. It doesn't require tokens to invest. It's simply a demo, so you can purchase as much as you want. I genuinely don't know how to even test that. If anyone knows how to, by all means let me know. But I think from what I've seen in the Telegram is you need to be a bit of a coder, or just have some technical know-how of how to get some proof of the product is actually working, the smart contract is interacting correctly. So if you know how to do that, feel free to test it out. So another quick feature is low fees. It's $4.99 for any order, whereas a lot of other exchanges, as they've stated here, can charge you from anywhere between 0.25% to 5% on any transactions, regardless of the amount. So a $5,000 order and a 1% fee, you can you'll be charged $50. Whereas this is a set fee of $4.99. That can be a con and a pro. The low fees is definitely much cheaper to some exchanges, but also a lot of exchanges don't. Some of them don't charge you pretty much any fees at all. So it can be seen as a con and a pro. If it's again, this is aimed towards beginners, people that want to get into crypto investment, but there's quite a big learning curve with all the Coinbase and buying and transferring it and buying on an exchange and all this. It can be a bit confusing. So a low fee, definitely lower than some of the other places, is a plus towards the beginners. But again, there are other places where you pretty much can trade without any fees at all. So in regards to the wallet, it will have an API, so that will allow developers to build on top of it, and it will assist in the integration with websites as a form of payment, and hopefully assisting with the growth and the adoption of the Coinvest platform. But you will also, there's no lockup, there's no your funds aren't frozen. You will be able to, you can withdraw at any time, and as much as you want from your wallet. And you do own the private keys. That was one of the biggest things I wanted to try and find out. And as it's obviously decentralized, you do own the private key. One thing I forgot to mention is, again, it does have social features, just like Blockport and some other, quite a lot of platforms really nowadays. It does have social features, so you can create your own index fund management and copy trade other people. So obviously other people can copy your trades and your investments, and the creator of the index actually receives half of the trading fee revenue for each trade into their fund. So that's kind of, I guess, another utility for the token. So here's a quick kind of comparison to exchanges and other investment fund platforms in regards to Coinvest. You can have a look at it yourself quickly. The one thing I didn't really understand is except fiat currency is future. But the platform's meant to be released in March, so how are you going to purchase cryptocurrencies without any fiat? And that's planned for the future. I don't really understand, unless they meant the future as in the public beta and not the private, because I think there is a private beta at the moment. Unless that's what they mean, I don't really know. It's kind of confusing in that regards. And as you can see, the debit card account at the bottom is for the future. It's not, again, personally, I think that's going to take quite a while to get that sorted. This is quite a long-term hold, a bit like Blockport. It's a much more of a long-term hold, because the value of the token is going to appreciate with the adoption of the platform. There's quite a low supply, 107 million. It's not as low as Blockport, but it's definitely lower than some other ones such as Binance Coin. They don't really act the same, but in terms of coins, in terms of cryptocurrencies on exchanges and investment platforms, there is a lower supply to other competitors. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm going to be away for a week, so there probably won't be a video. Well, there won't be a video. If you have any questions, I'll still be able to read them. Pop them in the below, or send me a message. If there's any ICOs you want to check out, by all means, let me know. If I've said anything wrong in this platform, or this video regarding the project, or if I've missed quite a big key feature or a red flag perhaps that you're aware of, by all means, say in the comments. I'd love to know, because obviously I can't know everything about the project. I can do my own research as much as I can, but there's going to be stuff that I've missed out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.